Do, 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 do. We are starting soon. Starting soon. So, starting soon. So, waiting for new people to join in. Let's just wait for new viewers. Someone write hi in the chat to see if my microphone is working correctly. Yo! So everyone is hearing me. Nice, nice, nice. Do we have transcoders for today? Just out of curiosity? I mean, I'm probably streaming on 720p because I'm streaming on 4G connection. I don't have fiber. What's up? What's up? Well, if we don't have transcoders, I'm streaming in potato quality, in HD potato quality anyway, so it's probably fine. So let's just see if we have enough viewers. Checking on Twitch page if I'm online or not. Checking on Twitch page. Yes, we are live. Yes, we have transcoders, even though I'm just streaming in 720p. So yeah. I believe I can start stream now. I haven't checked if we have the correct titles or not. That's a problem. I have set up the... I haven't checked. Yes, it's not pixel work. It's not pixel work. I have set up... Yeah, I have set up everything except the stream titles. Sure, sure. Can I ask one of our mothers to do that, please? It was the only thing I have forgot to set up for this stream for today. Yep, set up the title stream. Just seeing if that changed or not. Or maybe should be me changing that? Yeah, probably faster. So I should go in here because I have already started stream. I need to go in here. Yes, 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 yes. Now Eksauria game devlog. That is correct, but the title is wrong. So maybe do a title like this. Godot GTFO future for. something like this for let's maybe a smile. There you go, something like this. Conflict with Twitch's moderation policy. What? What's going wrong with my title? Come on. Is this? No? This? Come on. CFO feature for Scarlet. Twitch moderation policy. What the hell is going on? Escape feature for Scarlet. Can you go now? There you go. We have a new title. Finally. Finally, we have a new title. So I guess that we can start now the stream. Maybe. We probably can, so let's just change to the intro. So let's start, shall we? So, hello there everyone. I'm back. So I'm back this week. We have our programmer, the true and only yours, myself, streaming for today's stream, which is the Eksauria devlog in the programming side. We are continue adding bugs and other miscellaneous stuff into our game, as usual. And for today we are going to implement a new feature, a new beautiful feature, which is the escape feature. But as always, the tradition of my streams, which is recommending another indie game, as usual. The same thing for the soundtrack. So the game for today, the game recommendation of today's will be something I haven't played in years. And yes, you can start noticing that I'm running out of recommendations. I mean, I always have recommendations, but games that I myself have played, it's a different matter because I'm a grown up and I don't have time to play games anymore, sadly. But yeah, the game for today, I need to open another browser so I don't share personal information, and as usual, the browser that we don't use, the Edge browser, so I can share in here the game that I'm recommending for today, which is Skullgirls Second Encore. Yes, it is almost 9 years game. So this is a game released almost 9 years ago by the developer Even Variable Studios. The developer, editor, I believe it's the publisher, Autumn Games. It is a 2D fighting game, even an indie game. It is a fighting game that you fight as girls, as the name suggests, Skullgirls. And it is very awesome in the art style and the playability as well. But yeah, I recommend it more for the 2D art style of it, because nowadays most of fighting games are 3D, so for those who strive for a 2D indie game and in the fighting department, there is this beautiful suggestion. By now it's 21 bucks. This game was in promotions very cheaply before stream sales, but right now it's 21 bucks. You can get it cheaper if you know where to look for, if you know what I mean. Don't free, please don't pirate games. But you can get it easily. It is a very nice game, I recommend it. It is, in terms of mechanics, is pretty awesome. Fighting game, so there you go. And this is the game that you are going to listen to the OST. So the soundtrack you can get it as well. It's $8. This is the soundtrack that we are going to listen for today, which is the soundtrack for this beautiful game, Skullgirl Second Encore. So let's just start the soundtrack. There you go. So, is the volume okay? Just to do a checkup. The problem of every stream is to check up if the sound of the OST is good or not. So, I don't see any problems in chat, so I'm going to assume that volume is okay for now. Maybe a little bit less. There you go. So let's start developing the new feature. So remember the game that we are developing today, Eksauria. So you might know what the game that we are developing. If you don't, it is a 2D pixel art game, which is a turn-based, with turn-based elements, turn-based combat. We have element system, which is fire, ice, earth, and lightning. As you can see, for those who are following our development, we have new features. Our Eksauria is now glowing red, is telling us that is the fire element. So I'm fighting fire with fire, which is neutral in this case. But yeah. As well, some different things. As you can see, we don't have mana, so our Eksauria lost its reddish, that beautiful color applied in post effects. It's not post effects, it's a material trick, but you get it. But for today, what we are implementing today is a fun feature, not so because you are running from the fun, which is the GTFO feature, more known as the escape feature. So if you scroll down in our features, we can see that we have quick attack, heavy attack, health potion to regain our health points. We have drain that we have just used now to regain the mana in our Eksauria, in our sword. You have skip turn, but as you can notice, we don't have an escape feature. So, the only way to get out of this fight is to kill all the monsters or just die. That's not a good way to escape the fight. I mean, escaping the fight by killing every enemy is good, but dying is not. So we need to create a new feature, which is escape feature, running away. We are going to start to do it now. So let's just close the game preview and start searching for those things in the code. So the first thing that you are going to need a lot because you have a lot of work to do now. So the first thing that we need is to go to the actions, so in the UI. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to add that feature in the UI. And you have quick attack, heavy attack, health potion, drain, skip turn. So after the skip turn, I'm going to add a new one, which is the GTFO. For now, it's fine to have this for now. The /n. Those who know programming know that a /n gives you a line cut, a new paragraph. So yep, that's what I'm going to do right now. So preview, arrow position, action, just to show 4. That's good, that's excellent. Set selection, just to remind me the previous code that I have created. So we have 4. By the way, just wanna say, you are in love with this soundtrack? Yes, it's a pretty good soundtrack. I nailed it for this stream. I actually haven't memories of this soundtrack, so it's pretty nice to remember it. It's a game that I have played years and years ago, even before I have entered college. So yeah, it's surprisingly good background music for programming streaming. I mean, yes, it's quite nice, this jazzy action music. I'm quite enjoying it myself. So yes, back into the coding. So you have the actions, which is going to show only 4 of our options, which is good. The problem is no, actually there is no problem in here. We have our arrow for our 4 options. Set visibility. I mean, I believe there is everything right now. So in the UI department, I believe that is everything. So let's just do a quick test. So there's something wrong in here. So if I just click down, 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 it should go to the GTFO feature, escape feature, and it doesn't go. It goes to the start, again, to the quick attack. And if I keep going down again, down, down, down. Okay, now let's try go up, and up goes down. And now GTFO feature appears. Great! Even just adding a new feature creates bugs. Excellent. Well, let's just start messing around, seeing if we see where we can find the new bug that we just encountered. So it's reading chat. It's good that what we'll do next, Vive. Yes, the Vive is a new bug appears. It's a cheat code, down, down, up, 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 then you can escape. I was almost expecting the classical cheat code, but yeah, it's probably that. We can do those types of cheats later in the future. Fun stuff, but yeah, very retro. Yeah, Very retro indeed. I mean, this music, if you can call it retro or not, maybe not. Maybe not, but yeah. I don't remember also cheating codes in old games. I mean, it's an old feature, but it's not my retro style thing. I mean, classic games have their cheat codes, but yeah. Not that kind of cheat codes that you remember. PS1, PS2 era, yes. Yes, they have. Now, NES era. It's old school, not retro. I mean, every day, everything that is old school, it's retro, so everything goes. I'm thinking right now, why is this creating a problem? That's the thing. So, what the hell is going on in here? Set visibility. I need to find the line that creates problems for me when I'm trying to show this GTFO option. So where it's going to be? So we have the combat show battle UI. This is just to show the UI itself. Index selection is just to set a new selection to show the arrow thing, this thing in here. So there you go. Update drain. The drain is just to, if we don't have mana, if we can't drain, to make it more great. Same thing with the heavy attack. Update health potions to update the health potion counter. Set visible. So where the heck we update the words shown on screen? It's probably in here. So update visibility, yes. Val on combat, update the health potions, yes. Actions STR. We set the amount of actions that we want to show. So we have the string in here, which is the current action that we are in. For example, in the start, and we have the actions N plus the STR of the actions N. And this N is a range of 4. So it's going to show the next range actions. I'm starting to understand now. But there's the thing of moving the arrow. That's the biggest problem. So, combat controllers. In the combat controller, where we move the arrow somewhere in here, so I need to find that particular section of the code. So in here somewhere I have the arrows movement. I believe it's in here, right? Get inputs, there you go, you have the down and the up. So we have in here, excellent. We have the action selected and action index 5. I believe it's in here the problem, which is the indication that we only have 5 actions. We don't have 5 actions because we have created a new one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have 6 actions. There is the problem. So let's just go back to the combat controller and update this to 6. And action index will be 6th action. There you go. I believe we have made the counter correctly now. So through that, but let's not keep GTFO as a cheat code. Yes, the GTFO feature, it's the correct feature, it's not a cheat code. So let's just keep in mind that cheat codes possibly may be in the Eksauria tool. So yes, if we want cheat codes will be in Eksauria 2, not in this one. So we can release it someday. So yeah, we have 6 actions. Now those 6 actions may create a problem. Just checking if that's going to be the case or not. This is for enemy size, for the enemy indicator, probably. There's the enter for the action itself. Now, there is the big problem. So we need to create a 6th action in here. Start action animation. This is whatever. Need to create a 6th action, and this 6th action will be for now just a print, a quick and dirty print, GTFO. Yay! So you have a new action in here created. Action selector, paste, show battle UI. This is an action thing, return, enemy size to check if we have ended combat or not. Action selector, yeah. I believe this is fine for now. So, let's just hit play. Enter in combat mode. Now let's just check down. So clicking down, heavy attack, health potion, drain, skip turn, and GTFO. Yes, it's now appearing correctly. Now let's just check if it's working as intended. So if I click down again, it should appear the quick attack. And it appeared. So let's just keep going down. Heavy attack, health potion, drain. Yes. So every time we go down, it's working properly. Now, if I go up instead, so let's just quick attack, GTFO, skip turn, drain, health, heavy, quick attack. So I believe the feature is now working as intended. Great. This is great news. It's excellent. It's really excellent. So, if I just move this preview a little bit, so we can check the chat. No, it's a feature. And with minimal bugs. I mean, we don't have the GTFO working right now, but let's just check if it's going to trigger the chat. And I'm seeing the preview. You are not seeing that on the screen because of Capamon, but I can show you the output. Let's just test if it's working or not. So I'm going to select the GTFO feature. And if we check back in our engine, we can see in here GTFO. Yay! Great, excellent, it's working somehow. Fantastic. So, we have creating this right now. So you have the GTFO. For some reason it's pairing when I GTFO. Why you parry while I GTFO? What the heck is going on? What? And it says, yeah. I mean, it's so happy that it even triggers a parry when GTFOs. And the fun part is the GTFO parry, it's the animation itself, because it doesn't lose any stamina, so it's the song. My dude, that's an aggressive evasion. It's so aggressive that it parries and gets back in combat instead of running away. So yes. So I could start messing around with the escape feature, but before we do that I need to check why it's running the parry animation when I GTFO. So, why you do that? Why you do that? And first of all, why I do that animation? That's the weirdest thing ever. So, after I do my action, because I press enter, when I press enter I should update an animation somewhere. So where I update starts action animation. If action selected, get parent haste false, emit signal show battle UI, yes. Get parent set animation. Yes, I have found it. I have found it. Yes, I have found it. So we need to go to the parent, which is our player controller script. There is a function called set action animation, and there is the action index. But get in mind that we have a new index, which is the 6th index. So let's go to the player controller. Let's go to that particular function. Where is the set action animation? But there is a problem. You can see the problem, right? Meaning the 6th action is already set to be the parry animation. So yes, we have a problem in here. And as usual, I just gonna do the band-aid fix. Let's just create a new entry, probably a 7. And now the 7 will be the parry. And the 6th can be... What will be the best animation to leave? Maybe the idol. Maybe the idol should be the best one to do that. But now there is a problem. So this animation just now, it's just a placeholder. Just be in mind. Written a comment, placeholder. Do not forget, this is a placeholder, animation to escape. I don't think that we are going to use or create an animation escape specifically for this. That will be cool, having just an animation in case we fail to escape. So you can show that we can show a message that failed to escape or escape successfully. The same way we have those messages when we gain haste or we parry or miss or whatever. So I think you can see those haste message, or in case we parry successfully or get damage, that miss, we can have one of those message. If we try to escape and fail, it can trigger one of those messages and show the animation of escaping but failing, if it makes sense. So, hadn't thought of it, just assume that Scarlet will instantly switch to the regular move animation. Yes, it can do that. That's a good question. That's a good question. So you can think of creating a new feature, a new animation as well, or we can just change to idle, and if it fails, shows the fail and get back again on the idle combat animation. Maybe that's the solution. Then appears the text failed, so the player can know that failing to escape occurred. Maybe that's the solution. Maybe that's the solution. Yeah, that's probably right. So right now let's just leave it as it is. But there is another thing that I can't forget. Wait a second. Why it's... So, okay, I was thinking of another thing that made me confused, because I have added a new entry on the set action animation, right, for the parry, and instead of running the idle, it correctly has done the parry. So anyway, it's working. I need to check why, because I have another idea that it wouldn't fail, but that's fine, it's working, that's what we want. But the GTFO right now, as you can see, it's passing to idle, it failed, got back to combat. So you can assume the fail condition to leave, to escape the combat, could be something like this. So, and if it works, it's just an instant switch to move animation. Yes! Let's just check again. Jesus, that parry was super fast, but okay. I mean, something like this? Right? Goes to idle without Eksauria, goes to combat with Eksauria in hand. I don't know if it's the best animation to use to GTFO or not, but we can leave it right now. Well, we can discuss in the future if we are going to create a new animation for this feature or not, but anyway, we can use it right now, the idle, and it's just fine. It's just fine. It's just fine. It's like that meme. It's everything burning around us, and it's fine. It's fine. It's just really fine. Oh, I have just noticed now we have 5 viewers. Probably most of them are not interacting in chat, but hello everyone. Welcome. So, before we continue, I need to do a quick check in the parry system. I don't know why it's Sometimes it's super fast, other times it's not. You see? In that instance it was super fast to show the parry thing. Why? Why it's super fast? What the hell is going on? I have discovered a new bug that I haven't noticed before. And it is in the skip thing. It's not only on the skip, it's in every skill that we have previously running the idle, I believe. Right? Now the parry is working, now the parry is not. So it's just sometimes. It's working, it's not working. So it was super fast. What the heck is going on? It's my enter broken? I believe my keyboard is... It's my keyboard or is code? I believe it's my enter. I believe it's my enter. What the heck? So for those of you that are not understanding what's happening, so I have a parry feature, right? That parry feature, when I click enter to skip turn to regain full stamina points, or 69 stamina points because I haven't balanced it yet, so nice. It's a skip turn nice. Sometimes it's showing the parry super fast or not even showing it at all. Now it shows, now it shows. Now it doesn't show the... It's slow to show. Slow to show, slow to show. Fast, slow. So I'm going to die right now, but whatever. So, yeah. We have a new feature to add to Trello. A new feature. I'm consciously calling a feature a new bug. It's already something that I have trained myself unconsciously. So yeah, new bug. Parry bug. And sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe... Yeah, I'm not going to finish that meme because it's foul language, but you understand. You understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe... Yeah. Calling the bugs features is half the work. Yes, it's half the work. That means you are halfway to being one of the Skyrim devs. Actually, that will be very awesome working the new Elder Scrolls. They have announced that they are working in a new one. Maybe like... It's like 4 years ago that they have announced that. It's already almost 4 years? Jeez. But that will be pretty fun working in the new Skyrim. Working in the new Elder Scrolls. I hope it's not another crap game. Please don't develop a new online Elder Scrolls Online or a new Elder Scrolls mobile game. Please release something good and less buggy than usual, please, Bethesda. Anyway, so the answer is no, same game. Yes, more bugs, same game, more bugs. Let's release Skyrim to the new platform or wherever. The smart fridge, Skyrim for smart bridge. So, and again and again and more bugs and more bugs. Yes, yes. I just hope they release a good game, please. Skyrim on a toaster. Well, that will be fun as well. Let's just go back to the game. So, I'm going to confirm the parry thing. And just checking in the player controller because I have the parry in the player controller. And yes, I haven't changed it at all. So the enter feature in here is parry miss, it's in here somewhere. So we have the physics process. Physics process is like the fixed update of Unity for you devs that have worked on Unity to understand. Godot. And I have the enter somewhere. I believe it's get input, I have the enter somewhere, save, return, down, up, right. I don't have in here. Where is it? It's in here. Yes, I have found it. Bugs are an essential piece of an Elder Scrolls game. Yes, unfortunately, yes. And you are a first chat. Welcome. I go by chat. Welcome, chat. Welcome to Untitled Game Studios. Oh, hello there, Mets. Welcome back. Hello there. Yes. We have new viewers, new chats. You have people that have come by previously streams. So, hi there. So, getting back to our work. So we have this enter to parry, and this enter is very important because we need to enter in the precise moment to create a fail parry, a successful parry, and a fail parry again. It's very important, and it is done in here. Now the thing that I'm going to search is the hit parry, yes, and the hit parry, it's going to run if I hit the parry successfully, which means I can't fail the parry and the animation sprite must be in the correct position, and if I hit the parry, somewhere in here should call the animation to parry. Animated sprite, play, parry. Oh. Then why do I have this in here to start off? Why do I have this in here? Why do I have this in here? Oh, Mats, you have been sick, and you are better. Great to hear that. Great to hear that. Yes, I have remembered that we have chatting in the stream chat in the stream before. For the new viewers, I'm not always streaming in this channel because we have a team of streamers working in this individual channel in our Untitled Game Studios. So I last stream only participated in chat, but I'm glad to hear that you are better. So getting focus on developing the game. So why is that in here? So when we are in the combat controller and when the enemies attack us, so when the enemies attack us, so somewhere around in here, so enemy's turn and the enemy attack us, not in here, so somewhere around in here. This is the turn change. I should have commented this before. I'm just lazy and don't follow programming methodologies correctly. So somewhere in here on the enemy's turn, end of turn, get parent, parry hit. This is to check if I hit the parry or not. Get parent SP, get parent, stamina changes, enemy's turn. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to check. This is for the end of the turn. I don't want the end of turn. I want the start of the turn. So this is to check the input. This is to see if the player doesn't have haste, it's the enemy's turn. It's not player turn, so it's the enemy's turn. And there is enemies in our pool, so this is the enemy's turn. So attack player. In the attack player, yes, in the attack player I should run an animation. So let's just check that very quickly. So I do the calculus, damage, I do the damage, and in the damage, so get parent, which is the player controller, damage, and in the damage I run the animation take damage. Yes, it's everything correct. I mean, I believe this entry is not doing nothing in here, so the parry feature in here is doing nothing right now. But why is the bug occurring? I don't know, I need to check it later. Let's just keep going in this feature. So let's just do the right thing, leave this bug for future Godot. Future Godot can deal with this. Right now, let's just focus on the feature itself, which is the GTFO, the escape feature. And in the escape feature, what I need to do is to end the combat. So we need to hide. So we are going to hide the UI itself. I believe it's doing this automatically, but anyway, we need to hide the combat. The animation should go to the idle itself, because it has escaped, it has ended combat, but I believe I have done that already when I end the game. So the game will end when I don't have enemies in my pool, right? So let's just do something funny. Yes, let's just go in here. Enemies in here, right? I should pick this up. I should also pick this in combat. right? Should pick this in combat and enemy size. So enemy size, enemies, and get parent in combat. So let's just go back down where we apply our escape feature. So get parent in combat, now it's equals false. We are not in combat anymore. The enemy pools that I have will be equals to, so it's a new pool, to empty. So we are not in combat, false. The enemies are going to be empty, and because I have pressed enter, it will end the haste as well, it will hide the battle, set animation action to the 6th, which is the normal idle thing. Let's just check that. So let's just quickly go in here. So I'm now in combat, I can't move, right? I will press GTFO. I'm not in combat anymore. Great! Great success! And they don't care either. Yes, they don't care either. They literally don't care anymore about Scarlet. She has escaped, but the enemies now are stuck in this limbo. Where did she go? Well, she has escaped. Literally into another dimension, where they can see her. She has turned himself invisible and into a ghost. Alright, that's not what we want. So, we have... let me see if I can enter... Yes, I can enter the inventory, so I know for certain that I'm not in combat. So let's just go back in our thing. So we have lived combat, and we have emptied the enemy's pool, meaning that... Yes. This is empty, meaning there is no enemies in here. Before we empty our array of enemies, we need to re-enable their movements and their collisions and stuff. So we need to go back where we do that. And I believe I do this in the detect enemies. So in the detect enemies, I will watch the overlapping bodies, which is the amount of enemies that are in this small area. And I'm going to check if those enemies are in the group enemy. That's the comparison that I check to see if those objects are enemies or not. And if they are enemies, then I will start the combat, right? But it's not the only thing I do. I do a bunch of things to those enemies. So I update the bars, wherever, check and drain, check SP for heavy attack, show battle UI to start battling, the enemy size, if it's empty and the speed is bigger than ours, then it gives haste to our character. It does the animation player stop, haste. Okay, it gives the haste thing, the haste indicator. Good. If not, then enemies append object. The enemy is the object itself, and the object itself So if it doesn't have that enemy, then it will get that enemy in there, it will pick that enemy, and it will set collision mask bit 0, so it will disable its own collision, it will make that enemy be in combat, and set enemy's position, enemy size. So that is the biggest problem in it there. That is the biggest problem in there. It is? What does this function? So this function, enemy's position, length. So running this, it will pick up every single enemy. It will tell them that they can move, and it will position those enemies in the correct target, which means the target will be the node itself. So okay, it's nothing bad. So I'm going to copy this, maybe. Set enemy's position, I don't care right now. What I do care is to copy past this, and copy past is a bad thing to do, but I'm just prototyping that feature right now, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna run a for cycle in the enemies, so for each. So come on. So for each. How the heck I don't have a for each in here? Okay, the for each is for enemy in enemies. So I'm going to enemy set collision to true and enemy in combat to false. And then after I do every single enemy inside in here, then I empty the array, and it probably should go. Probably. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. So I enter in combat. Entered in combat with two of them. I GTFO. And they are stuck. And they are stuck. So that was not enough. That was not enough. So maybe enemy, I believe, can move equals. Okay, true. Because I trigger somewhere that they can't move anymore. I don't know where, but I do that. So let's just check that. So enter combat. Leave combat. Why you don't move? What's your problem? So it can't move. So I re-enabled the combat, the collision to enter combat, so that's great. The enemy in combat now equals to false, so it's not in combat anymore. So I'm going to go to the AI controller and check that to see its movement. So player move, where I apply that, which is in move AI to targets. Yes, it's in here. So there's the can move, there's the target, and there's the move thing. So if our enemy can move and the target isn't equal to null, so it has a target. Oh, S player. This S player is something to do with the collisions, right? The S player thingy in here. Alright, I know what I'm going to do. This S player on the AI controller, on our enemy. If it's false, his new target will be okay. So let's just go back to our escape feature. So our enemy, right? It's no longer in combat. It can move, and enemy dot S player. So how it's that S player equals to false. Right? So the AI controller, let's just check. I have a can move. So can move, right? It's going to be true. It has an in combat, which is going to be false. So in combat is false. And I'm going to put in the same order that I have inside the other script. So can move, true, in combat false, and yes player false as well. And if the S player is equals to false, what's going to trigger is in the enemies, it's going to trigger this if condition. It will make the target be the path target for the node, going back to the node system that I have, the patrol system that I have implemented before for those enemies. So, are they going to move now? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Now I need to test a new thing. So, the escape feature is working somewhat, right? Now I need to think a new condition, which is if our enemy escapes the combat and if it doesn't run away from the enemies, what's going to happen? And that's the thing that I'm going to test right now. So follow me. We just need one, whatever, we just need one. So we entered combat again. Now I'm going to click GTFO, and what we are going to see, it's not the Scarlet escaping, it's going to be the enemy escaping. So there is a new bug, and I was expecting that. So I don't know if you have noticed what has happened. Basically, we click at the escape feature, and the enemy, instead of escaping, the enemy has just... It wasn't the Scarlet that has escaped, it was the enemy. See? I love my work. GTFO, combat again, but they are going to the target because whatever. And they are... Well, that is going to be great. Now they are just patrolling, ignoring completely our character. And now they enter combat. Come on. Why did you do that? That was funny. That was really funny. So we entered combat. GTFO, entered combat again, and they just keep patrolling while Scarlet is like Eksauria in hand, lets us fight, and the enemies just ignore her. Mr. H, welcome back. So, is the second you have to escape. Walk right by you like they don't know you're... Yes, they don't know who I am. I am Scarlet, the one who is going to take all your lives. They are pretty confused. That's actually a great feature to implement confusion. Confuse the enemies. So Scarlet has used confusion. It's very effective. I mean, if I attack them, they are going to get Scarlet, I think. What the hell? Why you are on my back? And now they move. We are pretty confused. There needs to be like a wait to time when you escape. Like when you hit it, Scarlet backs off a little. Yes. That actually would work because I have a slight idea of what is happening. So in code, Scarlet has a radius, and the enemy has its radius as well. So we have the Scarlet, right? It has this radius, this combat thing, right? This combat collision, and there is the enemies, which has another collision for this blue circle. You can enter one enemy to check that, which is the collision. It's not this one, the detection collision. There you go. So if an enemy detects that the player is within this radius, what's going to happen is they are going to follow that player. Meaning that the code for this detection will run, and now where is that code? I believe it's not in here. I believe that code is inside. No, it's in here. So detect body. If it's player, then player equals 2, and the target will be the body, which is Scarlet. So maybe in here telling them that the player is false, maybe it's not the right thing to do. Maybe the right thing to do is to set the target. So the target will be get parent. So get underscore parent. And I know, I should have created an object. That object equals to get parent, not be get parent always, but yeah. Let's just put optimizations aside as usual, because yeah, making future Godot hating me right now, but that's fine. The important thing right now is making this future working. And what I have done right now is on the escape feature, now our enemies they are going to still have our character in there, right? But if I GTFO, they should be following us. So let's just try to do that. And let's just run away. Yes, they resume their patrol. Let's just enter combat again. Yes, let's just GTFO, but not move. Yes, they entered again in combat. So GTFO, they touched the character, they enter in combat. I believe our bugs are gone. So let's just run away. They resume their patrolling. Entering combat. GTFO. Entering combat again. Like when you hit it, Scarlet backs off or two. I think it's perfect. And I think it's perfect too. I mean, if they are close to you, when you try to run away, they are going to follow you, right? And you run away, you get away of their field of view, and then they resume their patrolling. So let's just test somewhere very far away from their patrolling area. Yeah, you just need one. Come on, follow me. So entering combat, GTFO, and they keep following me, but if I leave the detection area, they are resume their patrolling system. And I believe it's done. I believe it's working. I enter combat, I attack him. I will wait for the other to enter the combat. They reorganize themselves. Great, awesome. The parry system is still with that problem that we have detected, but yeah. I don't know why we have that problem in the parry system. That parry is super fast. Why you are doing that? It's really bothering me. But I need to focus on the GTFO feature. So, is it possible to fight one at a time depending if the player manages to strike at the right time? Yes. I mean, the way the multi-combat system is working right now is we have enemies patrolling around, and we can have one enemy, right, in combat, and then if another enemy goes around the area and detects the Scarlet, detects they are in combat, the enemy follows and touches Scarlet and enters in combat, initiating the multi-combat system. And when they initiate multi-combat system, they rearrange themselves to have a maximum of 5 enemies in combat at the same time. If there is a 6th enemy, that 6th enemy goes into an off-screen area. When he waits that the other enemies, one of the enemy perishes, and then he will enters in the place of that enemy, right? That's how the multi-combat system is working right now. So if you lure on to a corner or something, is it possible to fight one at a time depending if the player manages to strike at the right time, like if you lure? Yes. So let's just say we have these 2 enemies patrolling, right? We have these 2 imps patrolling in this area, in the starting area, right here, right? So what I can do is lure one enemy. So I have this one enemy, right? I can lure this enemy, and the other, because the other is far away to detect me, it keeps patrolling around, right? And I can fight this enemy. I can combat against an enemy. Let's just drain, parry, heavy attack. I can keep fighting it until he is dead. He is now dead. Let's just go, and now we can fight another one. A sort of stealth mechanic or something. I think it's a good idea how it works. A stealth mechanic. A stealth mechanic. That will be awesome. Creating like a Metal Gear box mechanic, like having Scarlet going around inside the box or having bushes and she can hide in bushes. That is actually a great idea. We have a ton of work though. Chat. We can call this idea Eksauria 2 idea? A yellow idea? Or... I don't know. I need to discuss this new idea with the rest of our team, because yeah, it's a new feature, meaning more work to do, meaning releasing the game even later. But that's a great idea to discuss. Thank you for the idea, Mr. H. Thank you. So, stealth idea. Stealth idea. I'm going to even write that on Discord. Stealth idea. There you go. It's noted that idea. So a sneak option will be cool. A sneak option that will be awesome. Sneak option like in the box or something like Assassin's Creed or... That will actually be cool. Because we are going to have bushes around, scattered around the map. That will be quite... It will be a nice mechanic. Yes, I need to discuss that with the team, but thank you. That was a nice idea. So, we have the feature working. The escape feature is now working, but there is another thing. So, before we have the escaping feature in a failing state, but now we have the escape feature in a permanently working state. I don't want that. So the way we have thinking of this mechanic is, if the player is faster than every single enemy in our game, then the player can escape, can run away, can de-engage the attack. If there is a faster enemy in our combat, then the player will always fail the escaping. So it's like a continuation of the mechanic, make it more variant and engaging and stuff. Yes, that is actually that. But right now, the way that we are thinking of this escaping mechanic is using the stats that we have. Going to the game manager, we have the stats of speed. Actually, we have an evasion, but this evasion is being used for the miss feature. So evading the enemy's attack, it's being used on that. Actually, that will be pretty cool combining the two for that. Because the speed we are using right now to increase the movement of Scarlet, being the movement speed like walking around, right? And nothing more. So the speed is used for that, and we are trying to make these stats, so these skill points, being also used in combat for the escape feature. And we have the invasion being only used for the miss. So yeah. Right now I'm going to just do as we have think, like using the speed to escape the combat, but maybe in the future, yes, exactly like Mr. HS is saying, like maybe evasion could evolve the way you escape in... Yeah, it's something that we need to be thinking on the future for for balancing purpose. But right now, let's just use the idea that we have been using before, which is the speed. The speed that our character has right now being counterbalanced with the speed of the enemies, and if we have a faster enemy in combat, then Scarlet can't escape because the enemy is faster. Then yeah, in the future we can mess around with the evasion, we can mess around too with the speed of the enemies, multiple enemies, so if the Scarlet tries to run away, try to escape, the faster enemy, it will be the next in line to attack Scarlet. Yeah, you can mess around with that later, but right now let's just do a balancing thing and create this using the speed feature to be a determination factor if our character can escape or not. So going back to the combat controller. So in the combat controller we can delete this yay because we know it's working, so it's working, there's no problem. So if it fails, it doesn't do nothing happens. But if it succeeds, then it does this. So we need to create an if condition, and in this if condition I need to check all enemies speed and compare it to Scarlet speed, right? So to do that I'm going to create a new function, so like a technique or something. Yes, it could be, I mean, the GTFO feature, it's a technique, it's a escape technique. So we need to create a new function to compare every enemy speed to Scarlet speed and return a true or false if Scarlet can escape or not. And Scarlet can escape, yes, can be exactly that. So enemy selector, check, use, check, it can be in here, whatever. So function can escape, there we go, can escape. And in this function I'm going to do a for enemy in enemies, and I'm going to check for every enemy if get parent dot speed, because I believe it's a speed, the speed thing in here, and the speed that I have in here, this 100 value, should be affected with the speed that I have in my save data, meaning when I start the game I have the speed being using the speed default from the JSON data, plus the modifier of our speed multiplied by the amount of levels that the player has put in the speed skill, in the skill set. So it's not skill set, it's stats points. So the stat point speed, if we have increased the speed stat, it should multiply it by the modifier and increase our speed value. So we know that we are going to compare directly this speed. So we are, if get parent speed will be lower than the enemy speed, because the enemy also has its own speed, right, to move, which is a 50 speed, and if our character has a speed lower than that enemy, then we can return true. But if it runs around every single enemy in our enemies pool and there is no enemy faster than Scarlet, then return false. So, can escape. Now we can call this function in there, the can escape, right? If can escape, then we just add a tab in every single line in here. There you go. If it can escape, then it will make our character escape. Else, it should show a message that it has failed. So, I think he meant like something like a parry that involves timing, but since the escape feature already works based on the speed stat, I think people would prefer for it to be reliable. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, we could also implement a feature on the escape, which means try to escape, and in the escape we could have a feature where we could time an enter, and by timing that enter, exactly what we do on the parry feature. So by timing that enter, we could like use confusion on the enemy or something and like run away. And if we press enter on the correct time, it will be successful. Otherwise, it will fail the escape and will continue the work. Yeah, parry, dodging, disorienting the enemy, or just moves to make the enemy lose control in battle. Yeah, I mean, we have already features that confuse and stuns the enemy. We have a stun feature, which is done on the parry. So if I quickly change our Eksauria to an ice Eksauria, so let's just go to the save data, change the element of our Eksauria to, instead of being fire, to be ice. If I change to ice and enter combat and parry an enemy, first off I need to have some mana to do that, otherwise it will do problems. So I have parry, right? And by parrying we have that icon, that state, that condition state that freezes our enemy. So we already have some of that. So we can change this stun effect for confusion and do something like that, and at the same time make Scarlet being able to escape. We can do something like that. For example, even using an item for 100% escape success, like a stun grenade or something like that. Well, when disorientating the enemy, take the chance to push him to the ground for yeah, something like that. Flashbang or something. Yeah, we could do that. That implies another item though. Maybe another item that does exactly that, stuns the enemy so we can run away. So we have a 100% success escape. That is actually another thing to add in here. So stun grenade. Stun grenade item for 100% escape success. Yes, or also real time feature to escape. So yeah, something for the team to do a brainstorming in this to increase the quality of our combat system. But right now let's just focus on the thing itself. So, can escape. The can escape, it will check if our character has a speed below of the enemies, and if that's the case, then we can escape. Now, I know our character has 100 speed and our imps has 50 speed, so GTFO will be successful anyway, so... What? GTFO? Wait a second. What the heck is going on? Why it's failing? Can you escape? Okay, I have it. I have it around. So, if the player has a speed below the enemy, then it can't escape. So false. Can escape, it will need to be false. And then it's true. There you go. Now it's working correctly. So GTFO, it will be a success because I have a speed. I'm faster than the imps itself, so I can escape, no problems. But if I go to the map and yeah, let's just bring the hound because I know the hound is faster than me. So let's just get the hound in here, and of course that hound is confused because his patrol system is in here. So let's just do the opposite and move our player in there. So get in here, hounds. Get in here. There you go. We know the hound is faster than Scarlet. So if I try to GTFO, it will fail. Right? No? What the heck is going on? Wait a second. So, the enemies, the hound has a speed of 100. But the default for Scarlet is also 100. And speed in here should be... I know, okay. In the save data, Scarlet is faster than the wolves. Okay, that's... yeah. So let's just remove the speed from Scarlet. So skill points in speed is 0, so the modifiers for the speed... So we have the modifiers around in here. Speed, where is the speed modifiers? There he goes. 20, so it's 0, 0. So Scarlet has 100. Also, I'm going to do a fast thing in the code, because if Scarlet also has the same speed of our enemy, it should fail as well. So below or equals to the enemy speed, it should be false, right? And I'm just going to test it right now. So let's just go fight the hound. So I know the hound is faster than Scarlet. No, the ace thing is different, is the evasion, so never mind. So, fast AF boy, name speed, get on the bus. Yep, I couldn't move. GTFO, he still didn't. Yep, it's working. It's working as intended. So because we don't have an animation in our character, it should be something that make the character show the player that the GTFO has failed, basically. So we have these indicators, these really good indicators right now in our game. So player, where is that? Indicator, there you go. The indicators has a lot of things in here, which is pretty nice. So we have the animation for HP damage, we have HP position, haste, mana gain, miss, SP gain, so whatever. We have all of these pretty cool animations, right? I'm going to need to create a new one. The damage, never mind these text in here, this is the editor in code, so never mind. Instead of the haste is edited in here, and I probably should do something like that. So, can I double this? I would like to duplicate this. I can't. Edit. Duplicate selection. I want to duplicate duplicate entire animation. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Fantastic. Awesome. Now I have duplicated. I want to rename it. Can I rename it? Yes, I can. So escape, and then the escape fail. Something like escape fail. Escape fail. Yeah, that's fine. Escape fail. So let's just see what chat says. By the way, I forgot to warn you, but you are now past the hour. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Just to get another streamer ready to raid. So yeah, we are approaching the dinner time. So yeah, let's just finish this feature and then we can end the stream. So right now I have the escape fail, right? It is the new indicator escape fail. Now I need to change the text, because I have the text in here. This text should not be aced, should be failed. Also the color, come on, say fail. The color should be something reddish, maybe something like that. Failed. Yeah, something like this. Let's just hit play. Failed. Yeah, something like this. I like that. I really like that. So we have a new animation, escape failed. So I'm just rename to copy this name, and let's save the indicators, get back to the code, and combat controller. In the combat controller we need to go back to our escape feature, which is the 6. There you go, escape feature. So if we have done that, cool, nice. Else we need to run that thing. We need to run that we have failed, and to run that indicator I need to just temporarily do this and indicator something like this. So text, not the text, indicator animation stop seek xv, so something like this. I'm going to pick this, copy pasta, but instead of running the indicator of SP gained, I will run the indicator for escape failed. And let's just run again the game. I'm sorry. That is funny. That is actually funny. Okay, let's go back to the indicator and animation, and I should change the color and the opacity of it. So where I usually do that? So we have the description, inheritance, script. Where I indicate the color of it though? I know that, it's just going in here and... right? There you go. I have saved the indicator with the false thing in standard. I don't want that. I want to save it in... Okay, so let's just test that. So GTFO failed. Combat failed. Combat failed. Excellent. Excellent. Nice. And let's just test without failing. So player, come on player. Player, and drag the player in here. So player in here, let's just enter in combat and GTFO. Success! I believe it's working fine. I believe it's really working fine. So if I'm with the hounds, I fail. If I'm with the other characters, I succeed. Failed. Failed. Now, just to ask chat, should I show a success message or not? I mean, I'm in combat. If I GTFO, there is the camera animation, there is the zoom out, the enemy starts moving again. So yeah, I don't think we need a success message. So last thing for this feature. So we haven't ended yet. So this feature also needs one thing, which is if we can escape, we need to use the stamina points as well. And I don't remember how many stamina points we should use. I need to go back to our GDD, our game design documentation, and check that. I really don't remember. It's half points or something like that. I mean, I can ask chat as well. So chat, what do you think? How many points should I remove to be able to escape? So if I try to escape, how many stamina points should I use? Half? 69? All points? What do you think? 69. So there you go, 69 stamina points. There we go. So to spend some stamina points, I need to go in here, so the skip as a modifier for the stamina points, yes. And then stamina points, stamina changer. So if the escape is success, but I need to take stamina points even if I try or not. So I'm probably gonna do that inside the can escape function because it always runs it, right? So let's just add some stamina. The stamina changer shall be triggered because we are updating the stamina, and now we can remove it. And to remove that stamina, I need to get parent SP, then get parent max XP. What? Let's just do something like that. So stamina points. So where is the function? So stamina points SP will be minus equals to whatever. 69 right now, right? 69. And when I call this function, it will check if it's below 0, it will be 0. If it's more than max, it will be okay, that's nice. That is working as intended. So this 69, I don't like it. I really don't like it because I mean, it's 69, it's nice, I like it, but I don't like it to indicate it in there. Meaning, I want it to indicate it in the JSON files. These beautiful things called JSON files. Yes. And so, we have the enemy data, game data, item data, save data. It's the game data that I want, and Scarlet default. These are the default statistics, I don't want that. Eksauria default as well, stamina, I have quick attack, heavy attack, special attack, parry, regen, skip. There you go. So I can add in here escape, and it can be as well 69, right? And now I'm going to use this in here to indicate that when we try to escape, we should have 69 stamina points to use. Otherwise, the escape function will fail. This is a way to balance our game easily, so nice. In here I should access the JSON files, so I'm going to copy past some indication of the JSON files. This is enough in here, so let's go in here, and instead of indicating in here 69, I'm going indicating in the JSON data and the game data. So in the game data I'm going to access the stamina, so stamina, and then inside stamina I want the value of escape, so escape. You got them right. So let's just see if this is working properly or not. So right now I have stamina at maximum, so let's just enter, right? I have gained haste because I have evasion points. Let's just GTFO. And as you can see, I have lost some stamina, right? Let's just enter combat again without moving, so we can't regen. There you go. No, I know I have stamina points below 69. So let's just try to GTFO. That's not what I wanted, my friends. Hello there, that's not what I wanted. That's really not what I wanted, what I forgot. Okay, now I understand what I forgot. So I can have in here, or I can have in here, and in here is probably the right place. So I can add another if, so if stamina points are below 0, below or equal to 0, return false. And if we don't have stamina points, it will fail. If we have enemies with a speed above our character, it will fail. Otherwise, it will go. We can escape. So let's just try again. So let's just escape. Good. We could escape. Let's enter combat again. And let's fail to escape. And because we are using a skill, because we chose to use the skill, it will fail. And it will use the stamina points on a failed skill. So failed and return to combat. But if I rest, if I skip a turn, I rested that turn, right? And then if I GTFO, I can escape successfully. And we... Wait a second, what is that in there? Of course, right in the moment that I was going to end the stream, we find another bug. Let's just write that bug on the Discord and then deal with that later. Let's deal with that bug later. So let's just get in here and bug stun indicator appeared after escape. Appears after escape. Combat and there. Yes, there you go. More work for future Godot to do. So yeah, we arrive at the end of the stream. Of course, we couldn't end it without a bug, as usual. But there you go. Escape feature done. Done with some bugs, but right now it's working somehow. As we have discussed in the stream, we can change it in the future if we have time. Of course, I need to discuss this with the team to see if that feature is something that we want to increment and implement more on top of it. But right now it's something that it's working, so I can GTFO and run away from the combat. So that's it for today, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. So let's just put the music a little bit more down. So, as usual, you can follow us, follow our stream. I don't know if someone has followed our stream today. No. So, yep. So follow our stream if you are a new viewer. If you haven't already followed us, you can follow us on YouTube for the VOD of this stream. There is also a VOD available on Twitch, so you can choose the platform to see that VOD. Check our itch.io page for seeing the games that we have released already. So if you want to test the alpha of this game made on JavaScript using the P5 library, we already made it before. It was the alpha version of this game, although I warn you for lowering a little bit of the volume, because the sound is not it's not set up correctly and it's super loud, so be aware of that. I can also show you the page, so that is something easy to do, not my personal, please don't. Edge, so I can open the Edge. I can show you the ugs.pt, so our website, we have our website, you can check the games that we are already developed. So we have the alpha version of Eksauria, you can play it on itch.io, so somewhere around in here, itch.io. So you can play Eksauria game, the alpha version, because we are developing the Eksauria definitive version in Godot. We can also check the Red Run, another alpha version of a horror platformer made in Unity, is also fun. Apart from the itch.io, you can also check our Discord. Please join our Discord, we have a active community, you can share your ideas, you can talk and you can have fun around, memes, ideas, whatever. Join our Discord. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook if you are a boomer. Yeah, we have also other communities. We don't have the Steam thing for wishlist, but soon, so follow us around to see when we release the wish list of Eksauria on Steam. And I have you enjoyed this stream, hope you have liked it, and see you next time. See y'all. So let's just start the raid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.